to speak Japanese like a native speaker? Boy, is this the video for you. Welcome back to the Nihongo Oji YouTube channel. Today, I've gathered 2025 most used Japanese slang and I'm gonna explain it and present it all to you. So let's get studying. Slang word number 1, chiki. Can you guess what it means? Maybe. It means ski, which is to like or to love, but it's said in a very Japanese cutesy way. I'm not sure where this comes from, but it reminds me a lot of idol culture. I can imagine a girl trying to be cute towards her boyfriend and be like, chiki, instead of saying the typical ski. To be honest, it might sound weird if you try to use this word, and especially if you're a guy, but it's a cute word and it's good to have in your vocabulary in case you hear it. Next, let's move on with shika-katang. No, we're not talking about Settlers of Catan. We're talking about shika-katang, which comes from the word katsu, which is to win, and the grammar point to mean only. Usually you'd say only in Japanese, something dake tabemasu, like I'll only eat whatever. But you can also express the idea of only by saying shika and then including the word in the negative form. Shika tabemasen, natto shika tabemasen. I only eat fermented soybeans, something like that. And so here it's said in the casual way, but something shika katang, which means translated literally, only this wins. But what does that actually mean? Well, it means something's awesome. Or you might even use it to indicate your favorite thing or person. Let's say you're heading to the boba store with your friends, you're about to grab a drink. There, when choosing your drink, you might be, mango aji shikakatang. Basically saying, oh, mango flavor is the best. Or if you have a favorite actor or actress or something, Benedict Cumberbatch shikakatang. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch is the best. He totally wins over, beats everyone else, is what shikakatang is trying to say. It's really used quite a lot by today's youth in Japan. Something, shikakatang. Make sure you try to use it. Oh, this next one is good. So I'm sure you've heard of the word yabai, which you can use in any situation to describe anything that's great, awesome, terrible, sucks, you're screwed, whatever, just yabai. And while it's true that Japanese people use the word yabai a lot, you can really try to vary up your vocabulary by using the word egui, which basically means the same thing as yabai or sugoi. Let's say a soccer player just scored an incredible goal. Instead of saying yabai, you could say egu, just trying to say that's awesome. Now, I will also say that I've heard this used maybe in negative connotations. Let's say you came across a video that might be slightly harder to watch, or you're watching a horror movie and you come upon a particularly gruesome scene, you might be like, oh, while watching it. Something like that. Egui. It's definitely fun to use, definitely recommend it. And this next one, kimazui or kimazu. You definitely know the word or the kanji for ki, which is spirit, air, temperament, and mazui means bad. Maybe something that tastes bad or that just is bad. So kimazui means bad air, quite literally, which leads to the way this word is actually used, which is to mean awkward. As you probably know, social interactions in Japan can be a bit more involved, especially between Japanese people themselves. To use an example particularly close to home, let's say I'm trying to talk to someone random on the street I've never met, and maybe I might have my Japanese friend or partner there be like, oh, no, don't go talk to him, like, kimazui, being like, oh, that'd be awkward, you know, don't go talk to them. It's really used the same way as it is in English. Kimazu, for situations where you might say awkward. It's pretty simple, it doesn't need too much explanation, but definitely make sure to include this in your vocabulary. Okay, next, kamitteru. I believe this won the top slang word of the year a few years back, actually. So it's not exactly the newest, but it's still definitely used. Kami or kamitteru. Kami, as you might have heard before, no, it's not paper, which I believe would be kami. Pitch accent in Japanese can be really hard. Okay, so hair is kami, paper is also kami, and God is kami. I give up, guys. Whew. Anyways, kamitteru basically means like, oh, that's awesome. I don't know why there's so many slang words both in English and Japanese that are used to mean awesome, but it is what it is, and kamitteru just means like, that's awesome. That jacket is awesome. You can either use kamitteru, which is kind of a conjugated verb form, or you can just use the word kami, godlike, basically. That's a good way to put it. Okay, so this next one I haven't actually run across that much because I think it's more of an internet slang kind of thing, but YK, which is basically a shortened form of yokan, like I have a sense that something is gonna happen. Let's say my friend went on a date, but she's not looking too happy, so I might be like, deito shippai yokan, which basically means, I sense that the date probably didn't go too well. To have an intuition, to have a sense of. I would guess this is mostly used on the interwebs, just written as YK. Just know that YK is used to replace yokan. Okay, so the next one's kind of funny. It would be murige, You might know that the word game is often shortened or combined with other things. Like for example, game center, like an arcade, would be shortened to game center, 게생. And here it's 무리게. 무리 just means impossible, and 게 would just mean game. So 무리게 is just an impossible game. So how do you use it? Well, let's just say you're studying for JLPT-N1 and you're not having a good time. You can't win. What? You're suddenly expected to know these thousands of kanjis? 무리게. That's how you would use it in a situation where you really have no chance of winning or doing well or succeeding. 무리게. Moving on, we got 3 more. The next one is going to be wanchang, which again, if you've been here for a long time, you might guess that wanchang is short for one chance, which is one chance. Which, contrary to 무리게, where you might have no chance, wanchang means you have one chance. You'll use it in a situation where the chance might be slim, but let's say, for example, you decide to fly to Korea for the weekend with your friend. But since it's such an impromptu decision, you don't know if you're going to be able to get a flight. So you ask your friend, do you think we'll be able to get a spot? And they might reply, wanchang ikeru. Or let's say I'm being asked about my schedule. The other day, I was actually invited by my friend Mighty to go see a sumo wrestling match the very next day. Checking my schedule, which recently is really busy, I was like, wanchang ikeru, I might be able to go. There's a chance I'll be able to go. That's how you'd use the word. Now I have heard from a slightly more prudish, let's say friend, that the slang wanchang might not have the best of reputations because it might often have been used by guys who wanted to indicate that they might have a chance of sleeping with someone. They might say wanchang ikeru, which is a perfectly correct use of the slang word, but my Japanese friend didn't want to use the slang word because it could potentially be used that way as well. Now, keep in mind, I've only heard this opinion from that one specific Japanese friend. I hear this word said every day, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, so the next word would be shindoi, or if you want to be even more casual, shindo, like you can often do with Japanese adjectives, right? Let's say samui. When it's cold, instead of saying samui, you could be samu if you want to emphasize the fact that it's really cold. Same thing with shindoi and shindo. Shindoi originally means that you're tired, like, you've been carrying a heavy backpack all day, shindoi, or it might be too hot outside. Let's see, shindoi. But you can actually also use it in response to something that's hilarious or super funny. The meaning of the word shindoi would change more to something like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm dead. Shindo omoro sugiru yaro. That would be a natural way to use the word shindo. Definitely a fun word to have in your vocab. Alright, so the last one I'll leave you with here today is sorena. This is an oldie, but a goodie. Very useful. You might remember that sore means that. Kore, sore, are. This, that over there. So when you say sorena, you're saying that. Yeah, at least that's what I feel the literal translation should be when I say it or when I hear someone say it. So what does it actually mean? When do you actually use it? When you really want to agree with someone. For example, you might be going to Disneyland with your friend and they might say, kyou no tenki saiko. Today's weather is just awesome. And you looking up at the blue skies as well? You could definitely go, sorena, in order to agree with your friend. And after a long day at Disneyland walking around, you're dead tired. When your friend says, shindo, tsukareta, you can also be, sorena. And finally, after watching this video and showing off to all your friends and family the amazing Japanese slang words you just learned in this video, they might react like, your Japanese has improved so much. It's like kami level. At that point too, you might look at them, give them a quick wink and go, sorena. I hope you had a ton of fun learning these Japanese slang words with me, as I have when I first learned them. More and more come out every year, and there's some really funny, good, older slang words as well, which maybe I'd like to go over in a future video. But let me know what you'd like to see or learn. Thank you for watching until the very end of this video. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see you guys next time. Mata ne!